good afternoon, everybody. It's Bart and Stacy from the Sound Couple, and we're off to another gig. Surprise, surprise. Today is a wedding on a Friday. I remember the days when that used to be pretty unusual, but I think that's really been normalized over the last several years. So just a wedding on a Friday, and Stacy, it is at kind of my old stomping grounds where I grew up, which means that this is another gig that's relatively close to where we live now. So we always like that. In fact, we were in the area the other day and gasped do I say, we kind of did a casual drop-in walkthrough. This is a venue we haven't been at, and we happened to be in the area the other day, so we just kind of walked in and we didn't see anybody, but the doors were open. So we took a little peek in the venue. The biggest thing, I think, well, we didn't know there would be an elevator, so there's an elevator, but it's a spacious elevator. The other thing is it's a load-in off the street. They have like a few parking spots, so that's always something just to factor in. If you get there and there's flowers or cakes or food or whatever, all of a sudden that space that's the unloading zone can become unavailable, and then yeah, we've had to load in off the street further down, whatever. Hopefully we're getting here early enough that we won't run into that. Our journey with in-ear and the Shure PSMs, I am dropout intolerant, and we've been talking to our friends in Rhino and doing our own research. We've invested in a combiner, and we also bought the paddle, the antenna for Shure. We're going to be breaking that out today, and boom, it's already going to get used. But we want to just eliminate some of these periodic drops that we've received. We were thinking, are the PSM 300s the right ones for us, right device? Because I know once you step up a little bit, those issues become less of an issue. But I think with this combiner and the paddle antenna, there's actually a win-win-win kind of here for us. We're gonna cross our fingers and hope this just eliminates any of that. Okay, speaking of ears, last week we had a couple guests come up, unplanned people into microphones and shouting into microphones, and one of the band members said, hey, and we had the band all on ears, do you have any compression, anything on our ears? Because when that happens, I understand, that can be really a shock and hard on your ears. No, I don't. So that's something we are going to try. Instead of a compressor, I worked on setting limiters instead. So that's something we're gonna implement today, is putting limiters on the aux sends for in-ear monitors. And then the other thing is, last week we were kind of caught not short-handed, but we were caught in a place to where there was a program and we couldn't get settled into our spot. Then of course they wanted a microphone. They had a house microphone, but they're looking for us for a mic, and we didn't have one ready. We couldn't get to our mixing board to get one ready. From now on, a private event where we know there's going to be the opportunity for people to want a mic, we're just going to have one ready to go, period. And today is the same scenario. We are told they have a house system with a house microphone. We're instructed to use that, but today we're going to have one ready, an MC mic always ready. The last thing I just want to bring up is Stacy and I were having an argument about our loadouts. She didn't want me to bring this up, but I'm going to bring it up. We've been kind of, having some tough things with nothing major, but we left a piece of gear behind a week or so ago. We've broken a couple things. We are so fixated on getting out of gigs sometimes. I think we're kind of rushing through things. But this is a wedding, guys. The load-in might be a little bit interesting, but other than that, the room looks plenty big. I think we'll have plenty of space. Stacy, if you don't have anything else, I think...
I do. But,
go ahead.
And it's a surprise for you. But you're going to have to wait to find out till we get to the gig.
Okay. All right. I have no idea what she's talking about. We'll have a spot.
Yay.
There's some people there.
Oh, no.
I'm going to pull in and then back up.
Sounds good.
Well, it wasn't quite what I was anticipating. We're in this area right here, but we are facing this way. There's the rest of the room. They're going to close this curtain right here. I assumed we'd be back on that wall, but I think we'll be bringing just one and one. One CDL12 and a 18. Got a lot of monitors to fit in here. What's that?
Yeah, 5 monitors.
5 monitors. Oh yeah, we didn't. So we're gonna have 8 mixes today. 5 wedges and 3 in-ear mixes. Okay, I guess we're gonna get loading, huh? I think we're gonna stage this load in. We're gonna get everything that we need on the carts and then get them in the door and then go from there to the elevator. What?
It has a flat tire. So let's not load it up too much.
I would say that's about it.
Okay, maybe get this.
What's
Mic stands.
That's enough. It's already.
Okay.
It's already. Okay, we're here on the elevator, 3 floors. It's really nice they gave us this cart. Unfortunately, it has a flat tire. We had to, I have to get out here, but yeah, it happens. Let's see if I can squeeze out of here. But it is highly, highly compromised. They have a sign here, it says, do not prop the elevator door, it'll shut down. I've seen that before. So we will heed the warning. You yawning or what?
Yeah.
Hey, I was just gonna, reason why we're here is because sometimes things just work out really nicely. The venue has been, it's just so nice when people are nice to you when you walk in. I don't know why it is. Sometimes I just get this protected mode where I feel like I'm going to be yelled at for something. And anyway, the venue has been really nice so far. We thought we were going to be parking in that ramp there, which we could. But he was like, hey, just park in our loading zone. And this is pretty off the beaten path. Of course, we got our alarm and our mobile lock. But this is just going to be so much more convenient. We're right around the corner. We loaded in just right around the corner here. So we'll set our alarm. And unlike Stacy, I never trust anything. So I set the alarm. I make sure that the lock went down. Give the doors a tug. I'll set our mobile lock here in just a minute. And this is where we load it in, right here. we're gonna get setting up. Okay, it is 1:50. Per our instructions, we need to be up by 4:30. 2.5 hours, a little over 2.5 hours. I think we'll get that in. This was, the hardest part is over. I thought I was just, as always, most concerned about the load in, but that went much easier than we expected. We're gonna get setting up. We decided to go with the panel lights in the front because we are very limited on space. Haven't had to do this in a while, Stacey, or felt the need to do it majorly, but today I think we do. So now we're going with 8 mixes total. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monitors. So 4 mixes, monitors, and 7 total mixes. So we ended up spreading the speakers out a little bit more. Okay, Stacey, you wanted to show something, but we got to do our other reveal first. So this is our new item here, one of the new items, and that is we got the Shure external antenna. And then Stacey was feverishly on a project.
Well, and when it doesn't fit into the drawer,
when it doesn't fit, we do what?
We just make it. But there's 2 sections, one for the unit itself and then the other one for the cables that you're gonna need.
Yeah, we got some, they only give you a 10-foot cable with this thing, which is a little bit cheesy. So we ordered, I think, another 10 and a 20-foot. The other thing that then we're gonna be able to do is, there's the antenna for our PSM 300 for me, and then what I'll be able to do is run a cable out of there, ultimately taking advantage of that as well, into the one labeled mixer, and this one is now for the antenna. And that is because in the back here, there's the combiner right there. It's this box. It's a little bit tough to see, but I'll show you guys a picture of that. So this is now supplying power to the PSM 300s and also an antenna combiner for them. Something else to bring in and manage, but I think well worth the extra effort. Anytime you start expanding your wireless, whether it's ears for IEMs or wireless mics, 1 or 2 or possibly even 3 typically is not an issue in a rack. And that's what we've been doing. We got our ULX here, but as soon as you start expanding and combining units like here, where you're running multiple antennas close together, multiple units, that is where you start manifesting issues. And in our case, we have 2 PSM 300s. Generally works okay, but we have had some issues, and we've used Wireless Workbench. But if you look and start looking into this, it like goes into a whole new realm of frequency management and wireless orchestration. So we dove in, but anything you read about combining antennas and all that, there is no downside. There's only an upside. The only downside is that it's more money and more investment in time, potentially. It's I don't want to say a new world, just a world we haven't crossed over into. You know, for example, you go, well, why would I need to combine antennas, and then why would Shure sell a rack space unit that is meant to hold 4 antennas? And even according to them, they would not recommend this setup. They said anytime you have more than 2, generally starting with 3, you want to start combining the antennas. So why do they make one that has 4? I don't know the answer to that. And maybe the answer is your mileage may vary and your applications may vary, and it's an option if that works for you. This is what we're gonna try. We're really confident that it's gonna work out well for us.
Check 1, 2, hey.
That's pretty impressive.
I know. I never thought of anything.
Okay. Oh, I thought you said you were bringing 2 toms. Oh, I thought you. Gotcha. All right. Sorry. So that second one won't get. Yeah, it's on your
Floor tom. Tom one. Hi-hat tom. But
Okay.
hi-hat tom. Tom one.
Tom one.
I can tune that.
No,
Not too bad.
no, it's perfect. Floor tom. Well, hold on 1 second. Let me do something here. We'll just go copy,
Figure it out.
paste, and then we'll get rid of that. Boom. All right. All right, floor tom. Ooh. That's great. I mean, that's great for me. You want to try? Do your vocal.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Luca Xavier. Luca. Luca. And my vocals here are
Towards the end there.
Josh. I haven't touched anything yet so far. Hey, hey, oh, oh, hey. I hate that my snare's doing that.
We got to do a couple more things. We got to just check bass and keys, right? Mm-hmm. And then we just tied into their system for we're going to play dinner music through here. So we're plugged in there. We just came out of the output on the CDL. So we'll turn that up and see what we got. Let's just see how balanced it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I have your attention, please. We're going to get started with a grand march here. You can turn your attention towards the back of the room. I'd like to introduce to you.
He's a dad drummer. He's an Amish dad drummer. Amish Brazilian dad drummer. Cowboy. Okay, it's 8:46. We were supposed to start at 8 o'clock, and they just finished up speeches. Band's on stage, we're waiting. We're just waiting for our cue to start. And here we are. Wait. Some light. All right, we got done with just set one. You guys saw me sort of mix on the cold on the fly. I think everything went okay. Sometimes I forget to do little things, but we could ease into it. Like, I like to make sure my effects are pretty much set. I just wasn't thinking ahead. I had to get a DCA set, but we just keep going. The other thing we need to remember, Stacy, when we're doing these first dances on DJ, we need to remember to turn the fade in and fade out on. That other song started to kick in, so we either need to make sure we just have the one song in the playlist, or we got the fade in or the fade to next song disabled. So I knew it was coming. I wasn't familiar with that song, but I was able to cut it out. But what I wanted to show you is that. So we're only using the two mixes tonight. The bass player decided to forego his, but I got the limiter set, and I'm setting it to -20. So that's an overall limit on her mix, and I got the same thing on the guitar player too. So I'm keeping an eye on it. It's not something you want to be hitting, and I don't think her mix isn't that loud, and neither is his. So I don't even think we're going to be coming close to it, but just trying it out and seeing what's going on and seeing what's happening. happened when we went to play the music. The infamous USB dead. But now, where I would have had to reboot the mixer because the laptop won't connect with UC Surface, we have our Angry Birds, Angry Audio Bluetooth, and we're playing off Bert's phone. But
which is exactly the reason why
it's exactly
we did
the reason why we got it, although we thought this USB issue was a thing of the past. It's still here, folks, in case anybody's wondering. And what was I going to say? Oh, and then I have to go to the bathroom, but this is my phone, and we need to, now we're starting to get requests, and I can't leave to go to the bathroom because Stacy can't unlock my phone. So we're hella having kinds of fun here, but we'll get some teardown here in just a few minutes.
Then you got us feeling alright. Thank you so much.
It is 1:04. We are cleared out. This time we're not going to leave anything behind. We don't have anything. I don't have any garbage cans in here. Oh, there's one way over there that they finally brought out, but got one more trip back. Get their mic back to them, so we are looking for that. We're all good here. It's the house mic. Okay. Okay, we are good. Good night. Good night. That was in use earlier, so we couldn't get to it. And Stacy must have sent the elevator up for me. So get this loaded. Okay. Are we gonna make it? Barely. All right. Let's go to 1. Oh man. Talk about barely in. Okay. So we're gonna open up to a whole bunch of all more stuff in our other carts, and I guess apparently our spot here in the street is blocked. Hopefully everybody is taking off here soon. So there she is. Oh, hey, we're clear, huh?
Yeah.
Good. Sometimes it's good not to be too fast. Right?
It is 1:38 in the morning. We were leaving the venue at 1:27. So all in all, hour 27 in total from teardown to drive out. Awesome. And speaking of venue, brand new to us, great. They were great to work with, very cooperative, relatively easy loaded.
Yeah, we love our elevators.
Yep, minus the elevator, but you know what? All things considered, they had storage area.
Yep.
And they were accommodating,
and it wasn't another shitty new sounding venue. That to me was,
yeah.
I mean, the band Stacy was commenting. It's like, oh, I can hear everything, and you know, I'll take credit for some of that we do a pretty good job, but also the acoustics didn't suck in there. Surprise, surprise. They had the nice heavy back curtain and the
yeah, that
wood
was a
and,
really cool effect.
yeah, and it just it was, yeah, it sounded, I was up on stage, you saw a little bit, it just, everything was nice and clean and separated. So yeah, it was a good night, and the dinner was good and everything. This was just
it was fun.
yeah, we just had a couple little weird things. One of the singer's mixes changed, and I don't know if I like inadvertently did something, but it absolutely happened, and I don't know how it did. The other thing that happened, unfortunately, is that we're still being haunted by that USB drop, and we went on break, and Stacy and I are working out it, so she's responsible for hitting the brake music, and she did, but didn't realize that, yeah, lost control of the mixer. But we got our Angry Birds now, and the Angry Audio controller there, Bluetooth, so we just had to do the fallback. The PSM 300s, we used a couple mixes. We just had one little drop, I guess, but again, I think everything there is looking on the up and up for those. And the band played great. The wedding was happy, and we were just so lucky to work with so many great people that are easy to go. And I'm probably the most uptight person there. So, but hey, somebody has to fill that role. All right, guys, stick around because I'm going to show you one more little thing when we get home. I got the Stacy surprise. I was not super blown away, but it was a nice little thing.
Come on.
Oh, come on. We'll show you that when we get home too. So
The new bag for the paddle. And what's nice is that it has two compartments, one for the paddle side and then the other for the cables. And maybe now the new clamp.
Yep, we just got the clamp today, but
Can I mention too? Did these come from
the JBL Eon bags?
Speaker bags. We have a plethora of them, and so I was able to.
And the other cool thing, or the most cool thing, I think, it's kind of padded, and she used an old yoga mat and cut that so it's soft-sided but has some stability to it. We decided that this has got to come to almost every gig, so Stacy made a case.
Yeah, so should we see how it's... Can I try?
Yep.
We put our quick release on it so that it can...
Yeah, you're going to probably have to... Or not.
I designed it
Okay.
to fit.
That's a tough one.
Oh, look at that. Hooray. Yay.
Well, sometimes I get things I don't ask for or I never knew I needed. And this is one of them. I don't think I'm going to be able to put this on by myself, but Stacy made this little clip because these things kept falling off. And I use these for sound check just because I want to be able to put something in real quick and take it out. But for the shows, I like to use the other IEMs. Just they're a little bit more real. They can handle the sound pressure and everything. But these are great for just when we're doing line checks and things like that. They kept flopping over.
And all it is...
Ow!
Oh, shit.
Is a needle to begin with.
What?
Well,
needle?
I got poked.
How?
Well, I don't know. It's late.
It's really late.
Okay. Yes, Stacy, we did talk about this earlier, but I went through it very quickly. Okay, we got the directional paddle, the Shure directional paddle we just shown. And this is all in making our in-ear experience more robust. We thought about, or I contemplated maybe upgrading our PSM 300s. That was a very painful thought because these units, I think will work, especially for our application. I just wanted to avoid that thought. So we decided to go with the paddle. Two big things they talk about is getting the external antenna and then combining. I discussed that a little bit earlier. So we got both. And what I ended up doing is we have one side going into the combiner, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then this side says mixer, and this is just going into another channel in the combiner. The combiner can do up to 4 units. And what this will allow us to do then is when we have our rack mixer, which we do for most of our gigs, we can run that in here, and then we're benefiting as well from the paddle. So anybody that's using the in-ears, and then myself or Stacy as well, if she ever uses hers, we're still waiting to see that. But yeah, we can use the paddle for just about any, for gigs, and all of our units benefit. All right, so on the back, this is now the new and improved heavier rack. This thing has gotten really kind of heavy with the drawer. But here's the combiner right here. It's a Shure PA411. And It's a little bit tough to see, but it's pretty simple in the sense that it does two things. It allows you to combine the antennas, and then it also supplies power to all the units. So we were able to get rid of the wall warts back here as well. And I didn't want to take up more rack space. This thing comes with the ability to rack it up, and we already have this. I didn't want to get something bigger and spend even more money. So I was like, we got to make this work. And what we use for a lot of our equipment is this Velcro right here from 3M. This stuff is super heavy duty. This unit here weighs about 8 pounds, and it is in there. And we use this in our rack mixer when we're mounting our routers and some other the PSM 300 we got in there. It's all mounted on this, and once it gets locked in, it's not going anywhere. So this is solid. We got the power supply brick mounted this way. We got this cable. Well, no, that's wire tied to I forget what those are called, but I mean, yeah, this isn't going anywhere. So really happy with the way this turned out. If you guys have any questions about what we're doing here, maybe why we're doing it, let us know. And thanks again for watching.